Hello guys, talk about the box office this week, and yeah, there's been one major release this week, and that's The Last was Demeter. No one went to go see that movie, no surprise whatsoever. Despite that movie being heavily advertised in the theaters with Oppenheimer and other Universal movies, it seems that people don't really have much of an interest to see The Last was Demeter. I have no interest in seeing it either, the as well. And yes, Fast the Demeter is another movie based off Dracula that failed. So it is L2 for Dracula. L2. Okay. Dracula took 2 hours this year. Okay. You gotta feel bad for Dracula. Okay. The number one movie of the week will be no shocker to anyone as is Barbie. There has really been no major other competition that has released since then, besides the Meg 2 and Turtles, which are both doing pretty well as well. So Barbie has made $1.18 billion. It is most likely going to surpass the Super Mario Bros. Movie as the highest grossing movie of the year. It really shows that TikTok can make a movie very popular. Pure. That's what this movie success really shows. That, TikTok, the whole Barbenheimer craze and stuff. This movie is actually having pretty good ratings for a movie that only opened to, $160 million, which is one of the biggest openings of all time. As a Also, Barbie is the number one comedy in history now. Yes, the number one comedy in history, being Home Alone, Meet the Fockers, The Hangover, Bruce Almighty, Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop, Mr. Doubtfire, and Ted. So all of the classic comedies have been beaten by Barbie. Okay, they have been beaten by Barbie. Okay, so yeah, that's about that movie. Next is Oppenheimer. Can Oppenheimer hit $1 billion? This movie's doing extremely well as well. Oppenheimer has made $648.9 billion. This movie is coming out everywhere except for Japan, for obvious reasons. But they're now releasing this in China. They're now releasing this in Italy. So this movie is going to continue making money throughout the month, along with the domestic performance. These ratings are also very great as well, making $18 million this weekend. There's very likely that this movie hits $300 million domestically. It's also the second BIPOC movie to hit $500 million. First being Bohemian Rhapsody. So that means Oppenheimer is the second BIPOC ever to hit, 500 million. And Barbie's the first, I think one of the first comedies that ever hit $1 billion. Actually, it's the third because you have to count Despicable Me 3 and Minions. Yes, we got to count though. Surprised you didn't count those movies as comedies. Okay. Okay. But Barbie is also the highest grossing movie by a female director, now passing Captain Marvel, that movie. Next is Turtles. Okay. Turtles is at $94 million. This movie is having pretty decent ratings. Will it be enough? The international markets definitely will have to pick up for Mutant Mayhem. Okay? They're going to definitely have to pick up for Mutant Mayhem. Obviously. Okay? This movie, they still need to make, So we have the box office here, yeah. Mutant Mayhem is actually doing worse than the Meg because the Meg has a huge chunk of international money made for that movie. Okay? Mutant Mayhem needs to make up its international numbers. It does. For this movie to be a successful movie. Okay? It needs to make $187 million. I think it's doable for this movie to make $187 million. I think it's very possible that Mutant Mayhem hits the numbers needed to break even. So yeah, next is Meg 2. Yes, the Meg 2 is going to be a profitable movie. Okay? It's doing very well internationally. Okay? It is doing very well internationally. Okay? It hasn't reached in Japan or Korea yet. Okay? But it's doing pretty well internationally, so this movie's going to become a box office success. It only needs $66 million. Which, again, is further proof that Rotten Tomatoes, is not determined, like they suggested back in June, if a movie makes money. Okay? They really need to stop thinking that Rotten Tomatoes is a determining factor. If a movie is profitable, it's going to be profitable enough. Okay? So yes, the Meg 2 We'll probably break even next weekend. Okay, most likely. And that's about Meg 2. I don't care how people say the Meg 2 is bad. I just want to see it because I want to have fun watching it. Okay, the Meg when it comes out. Okay, on the DVD and stuff. Okay, next is Voyage of the Vita. No one went to go see this movie. No sock. Now is a massive box office failure as well. Okay, Haunted Mansion, another massive box office failure as well. You know, they released a movie. You know, they released this movie's gonna fail. Was gonna fail regardless. But not surprising that nobody went to go see Haunted Mansion. This movie's gonna continue to drop out of theaters for the next couple of weeks as well. It might pick up internationally. That's the only thing it might have going for it, but this movie needs to make like $375 million to break even. And it's not gonna make that much money. Next is Talk to Me. Very successful movie. It has made a lot of money. It has been doing pretty well in terms of legs. Okay. Next is The Sound of Freedom, making $132 million domestically. Okay. Mission Impossible, yes. This is probably the first Mission Impossible movie that will probably lose money because of the pandemic costs as well. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is a failure of a movie. Zero, okay, made $4 million. Never heard of it before. Gadal 2, that's an Indian movie, made $1.1 million. And then this failure, Dial of Destiny, continues to failure. This movie is dead. It's not gonna make that much more money. Okay. $370 million globally. This movie is a massive flop. Not, Haunted Mansion it's one of the biggest flops in the box office history. It was almost the biggest flop, but I think Strange World had to beat. Okay, you go back, Strange World is at negative 384. Dial of Destiny is at currently negative 367. So it's still among the massive, largest box office failures in history. Okay. Yeah, and we also have John Carter. It does beat that movie. So Disney has three of the biggest box office failures in history. Three of the biggest. What's about the Elemental comeback internationally? This movie is still continuing to make money internationally. Even if this movie's dead domestically, this movie's continuing to make money internationally, which is kind of funny that this movie's doing pretty well internationally still. But yeah, Elemental, I think it'll make another. It might. There's a possibility it might make might make $480 million globally. But we'll wait and see if that happens of Elemental. Okay. And then that's it. Oh yeah, and also Asteroid City has entered profitability. So this movie has entered profitability with the international box office. As well, it still has yet to release in Italy and Japan. As well. Okay. And that is about Asteroid City and the box office this week. So overall, the past month has been a comeback for the box office. Okay. For both franchise and non-franchise movies alike. Okay. And you can see the numbers here. So Demeter, negative 106 million. Haunted Mansion, of course, a box office. Very Talk to Me, Barbie, and Oppenheimer, all three box office successes. It's funny, Talk to Me released at the same day as Haunted Mansion. Insidious did pretty well. Sound of Freedom made a lot of money. And of course, last month you had a myriad of failures and flops. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The only successful movies of last month for Asteroid City, Blackening, and Spider-Verse. Okay. This month you had successes such as The Sound of Freedom, Insidious: The Red Door, Oppenheimer, Barbie, Talk to Me. And I think this month you're gonna have The Meg make money, almost certainly at this point. Mutant Mayhem is a maybe. Okay, it's a maybe. Okay, second weekend still at $93 million in the red, and we need to pick up internationally to beat as a failure as well. Yeah, so overall this year you have some successors like Super Mario Bros. Movie, Barbie, Spider-Verse, okay, Scream and Creed. A for Brady was a failure. Knock at the Cabin was a success. Missy was a success. Megan was a massive success. Okay. Could Barbie hit the billion? Could it hit $1 billion? I think Barbie could hit $1 billion made. Okay. It needs to make $1.362 billion to make that much money. We have Mario back here. Mario has made so much money. Okay. So much money. Okay. And that's about this video here. Goodbye.